Hi Wild Ones, I'm Lucy and this is Pussy Powered. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips for self-pleasure that are often overlooked. I hear from so many women that they struggle to orgasm, that they struggle to masturbate. And when they go to look up how to masturbate, a lot of times what they get is just the mechanics of it. You know, rub your clit, rub around your vulva, use plenty of lube, be sure to hit those erogenous zones. And yes, all of that is very important. But I noticed these 3 really important things are often left out of the conversation completely. And I'm telling you, integrating these 3 things into your self-pleasure sessions is a game changer. 1, breathing. You may be like, what? That is so basic. Yes, it is so basic. So basic, in fact, that we just assume that we're doing it. I can't tell you how many times for how many years I would hold my breath as I was getting ready to come, waiting for the moment to come before I could breathe again. And what's interesting about that is that I noticed how much in my life outside of sex, outside of the bedroom, I was waiting to breathe metaphorically until I had whatever goal it was that I was working towards. And when I began to focus on my breath during self-pleasure, then I was able to do it during sex, allowing this flow of energy and pleasure and bliss to flow through my body and taking that in through my breath. So while you obviously need breath and oxygen to survive in this human body, your breathing game may actually need some tweaks to really allow the pleasure that you want to feel. The easiest way to work on this is simply to practice deep breathing outside of self-pleasure and inside of your self-pleasure rituals if you have one, which if you do not, I highly encourage you to begin. And for more tips on that, you can watch my video Self-Pleasure Ritual 101. And when you create this habit of deep breathing and you bring that with you into sex with your partner, and then you can incorporate breathing together and more tantric exercises to make sex even more amazing. Seriously, something so simple can change everything. The second thing is sounding, vocalizing, letting yourself make noises. Whatever sounds you feel like are bubbling up. And look, you don't have to sound like you're in a porno. You don't have to be like, Okay, look, now if you're feeling that, then go for it. Let yourself sound. Let that energy move through you. That's literally what it is. That sound coming out, opening your throat chakra, coming out of your mouth. Let that sound release. Through that, you are releasing energy. You are moving energy through your body. So as you are breathing and you are receiving the flow of energy, and the vibrations moving through your body will be in a whole other level. Just like breathing, sounding is a practice. Especially if you're used to being a silent masturbator or silent during sex or just shy about making noises in general. So what you can do to ease into being more comfortable with your own sounds is turn on some music. My personal favorite is Mongolian throat singing. It's like, and then there's beating drums and there's like all kinds of So I can be in here doing my self-pleasure ritual and I'm literally like, as I'm coming, I'm like, That's just my thing. Whatever your thing is, you gotta figure it out for yourself, but that's just one possibility of music you might want to look into. Also, you'll find that as you do let yourself vocalize and make sounds during pleasure, not just during orgasm, this also magnifies the pleasure that you're feeling. Again, because it's the movement of energy. So when you self-pleasure and when you're having sex, practice this, being mindful and conscious of your breathing and allowing yourself to vocalize. Now, if you're doing this during sex, you may want to let your partner know ahead of time, hey, I'm gonna let myself express whatever is coming up through sound, so they're not, freaked out or like, what the fuck is happening? That was me. Your partner will probably be excited. The third thing is visualization. And not necessarily visualizing yourself in your fantasy, which, hey, you know what, is also super hot, but also visualizing the flow of energy. As you're drawing in the breath, as you're vocalizing and sounding, envisioning this warm, loving energy filling you up from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes, circulating throughout your whole body and overflowing, connecting you to your partner as you are having sex. This is another really powerful way to connect with your lover and with yourself. And what you can do, again, during your self-pleasure rituals is practice. Practice visualizing this flow of light, this flow of energy moving through your body, moving through your energy centers, your chakras, and feeling the delicious, warm embrace and flow of this energy. And when you really want to magnify this for your pleasure, envision this light flowing deep into your belly, into your womb space, into your pussy, vibrating and expanding. And when you use this to empower yourself sexually, you're going to experience bliss and pleasure and sexual fulfillment, soul fulfillment in a way that you didn't even know was possible. So there you have it, wild ones. 3 important tips for self-pleasure that are often overlooked. As always, I would love to hear from you about your experience with these tips. Do you already do these things while you're self-pleasuring or while you're having sex? And if so, what has been the biggest transformation for you before you started doing it and after? I always love hearing these stories. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on your sexual empowerment, and stay tuned for much, much more. In the meantime, here's to your unleashing for a pussy-powered life.